Welcome back. Well, it is Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's that time of the week where we take a break from the usual news and recap all the drama that went down in this week's Bachelorette episode. And this week we have local superfans Josh King and Allie Lara joining us today to recap everything. Good morning, Josh and Allie.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hey, so let's start off with one of the first things we saw in this week's episode was a one-on-one date with Zach where they did a wedding photo shoot. They basically got in wedding dresses and everything, or she did. And it was very interesting. They had mixed feelings. What did you guys think of that? Would you feel comfortable going on a date like that?
Allie.
Well, Tayshia had been married before, right? So in this little date we saw, she was actually pretty nervous the whole time. Like she was unsure, and it was starting to set in like, okay, this is like the end goal, right? Like to get married. And she didn't look very comfortable taking those pictures at first.
Absolutely. And they both didn't really seem comfortable. Like, I think he was in it because he was like, hey, this is a date with Tayshia. I want to have my time. This is amazing. It was a little awkward. Like, I guess, again, they have to be really creative with these dates this season, but they both ended up having a really good attitude. And I think they got a lot of out. I think Tayshia got a lot of out of this date from, is it Zach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely seem to turn out learning a lot about each other. They've both previously been married, so brought up past memories, but they seem to bond over that, so it worked out. And then we went into a group date where they did self-portraits. A lot of the guys really got vulnerable and opened up about themselves, especially Ben, who hasn't necessarily done that yet. What did you guys think of Ben and his vulnerable moments with Tayshia?
Make new fun memories.
My jaw dropped. I didn't expect him to just like take off his whole robe, you know? So that was that's fun.
I didn't see it coming, and he came out in the robe, and I was like, no, don't have clothes on. Make it like be a scar or something, like show something else. But you know what? When he did it, and then like the music played, I thought, okay, they're really playing into this. And she really liked it. And it showed that he was really kind of letting those walls down. And I thought that was a big move. I didn't think it would be as big. I thought it would be kind of embarrassing and a bad move on his part, but I guess it ended up working for him.
Yeah, it really made her happy. He turned out getting a rose from her for that. So yeah. I guess, yeah, really being vulnerable in many ways works out.
Exactly.
So during our commercial break, we were just talking about how one of the guys, Easy, got sent home, which was a bummer. They clearly didn't quite have a connection, but that was sad. And then the episode kind of ends with a preview of Noah and Bennett. Someone is getting sent home. There has been drama between them. Who do you think between those two? Who do you think they should go home?
Who do I think should go home? I think Noah should go home because he is childish and Bennett is kind of right. But I was telling Josh yesterday how Bennett's pride gets in the way when he's having these little arguments with Noah, and those 3 gifts that he gave were just kind of out of line.
I think both of them should go home. They are both, I think, not for her for many different reasons. But yeah, Noah is very childish, stirs up drama. Bennett is starting to give me kind of just creeper weird vibes. And that gift last night, I almost brought a gift for you guys and opened it, but I know we don't have time to like put socks out and books and talk about it, because it was like the longest speech ever with that gift.
And I thought it was going to be good too, because it was like a red bandana. I was like, okay, for like the bad blood, but then it kept going and he was being pretty kind of mean.
Yeah. And then it's the to be continued when Tayshia finally looks at the table and she's like, hey, what's in that box?
Definitely to be continued. We will definitely have to recap next week to see who gets sent home, what happens. We are out of time right now, but cannot wait to talk about that with you guys next week. Thank you for joining us again.
Love it.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day.
You too.